Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate, just working on a piece of this still life, how to paint a flower without painting individual petals and then coloring them in. So I'm going to start by blocking in a cool greenish gray for the background. I always start with the background because everything you measure color-wise, value-wise, it gets the background. There's a cool version of the background I don't like as much. Now, here's the most important thing. I'm going to start off by blocking in the entire flower as one big shadow smush. And what I'm really attentive to here, I've flipped the orientation because I'm right-handed. What I'm really attentive here is the silhouette. So it's the one place where I actually get to draw individual petals. I draw the silhouette as carefully as I can. Now I put in the darker darks on that mid-tone that I started with. And then once I'm done, I've also put in a shadow and a mid-tone for the green vase below the flower. And now I've established two values that you see below for the middle tone lights and the lightest lights. And so I'm squinting, not thinking about petals at all, just thinking about shapes and values. And so I'm putting in that orange for the middle tone on the petals, and I'm putting in that yellow for the light on the petals. And I'm squinting all the time, so I'm seeing blobs instead of individual shapes. And I'm putting in some of the green from the shadow on the vase for the darkest darks in the middle of the flower. And now I'm just kind of refining the shapes. So I'm going back in and I'm fiddling with the silhouette a little bit. I'm starting to put in a mid-tone as well as a lighter light for the vase. And you can see the values and the colors that I'm using in those blobs that I'm putting in below. And I'm putting in a darker dark for the shadow of the vase. That's what I see when I squint. Those are all the shadow tones. And so, and those are the midtones. And so I try to see those all as one connected blob. And so really I've only used about 5 values for that flower. And I want you to notice that it looks like a flower, even though it's really blobs of color and value, where I've tried as much as possible not to think about the fact that I'm doing petals and coloring them in. Now I'm just refining that vase a little bit more. And I'm not going to have time to demo, but then I put a highlight on top of the vase and then continue on to the other flowers and the rest of the still life.